after going to the salt flats, we had to stop and wash the underside of the truck. This is our second stop now at the car wash, trying to get the salt off from under the car. Husband isn't happy. So side note, if you ever plan on coming to the salt flats, especially Canadians, although we do salt our roads and our cars are rusted fucking buckets down here and everybody else has really nice vehicles, keep that in mind, that the salt's probably going to get stuck to your car. So I don't know if it's going to come off or not. He seems desperate to try and do the cleaning of the underside of the vehicle. Anyways, so that's that. It was an adventure. It was fun. Salt flats were amazing. But don't come between, I take it, November and May, because it's wet. I don't know if it would stick this much if it was dry. Probably not. I don't know. I will come back though. Probably when it's not wet. So hopefully we can get that off. Anyways, that's that. So after leaving the salt flats, we're gonna travel back north, closer and closer to home. We're gonna stop at Craters of the Moon in Idaho. So far, no breakfast, still running on simple coffee and some cream. We also conveniently carry a thermos. I don't know where I put it, it's back there somewhere. A thermos that we usually load up with hot water, and I can make coffee on the go. Where's this guy? Usually can get hot coffee from a gas station. So again, saving some money and some time on not having to make coffee by just carrying a thermos. I can't reach it. With a hot water and then instant coffee. I know it's not the greatest. Again, people in the carnivore community have their opinions about coffee. It is the only vice that I have kept. I will continue to enjoy my coffee. It's worked for me. It's not for everyone. I've had no ill effects from drinking it. I always tell people I drink coffee flavored water all day, every day, and it works for me. Again, not for everyone, so take that with a grain of salt. It has worked fine for me. Usually black, but on this trip I've added a little bit of extra cream. Only because the cream here in the States is far different. I'll try and take a photo of that and show you guys, because the cream in the States actually just has cream, whereas if you get cream or sour cream in Canada, you've got a bunch of fillers in it, which again, I don't understand why, but you do really have to be mindful of the ingredients of what you're purchasing and eating if you're going to be very, very diligent about sticking to it. Again, everyone is different. You got to find what works for you. But for me, I've noticed that the cream and the sour cream in the States is far better than the cream and sour cream in Canada. So, oh, he's done. Anyways, so that's that. Coffee, another 5-hour drive, and then hopefully stop once and have dinner tonight before setting up. As you can tell, sweatpants and sweaters means we're north. Whoa. Anyways, we are in Craters of the Moon in Idaho, going for a nature walk here somewhere in Idaho. Volcanic rock or whatever. What? Anyways, we're gonna go for a little walkie walk. Snow up here now. cold. I don't know. I need to go south again. But we're going to go here for a walk again. Had some pork rinds, had some cheese, and coffee, and probably we'll have another cup when we get back. And then wherever we end up tonight, we will have dinner. And then I think that's pretty much it. We'll see what there is out here. So after being on the road for 21 days, 22 days, either way, driving through Idaho, there's not much for RVs, especially late April, I guess, or campground. So we haven't showered in about 3 days. So we decided to look for laundromats and showers. They usually have coin operated showers. So we actually stopped here in McKay, Idaho. And found this lovely little laundromat where we get to have a 5-minute hot shower for $1.75. A great option. There should be more of these joints in places, especially in Canada. I don't think we have any of these. So a really good option, especially women who are traveling who need a shower. You know what I'm talking about. Excellent option, especially knowing that you might have to keep sleeping in the truck for a couple more nights. So wonderful to find these little joints. Like I said, there should be more of them around, but I'll give you a quick tour. So here we are. I know, shady as fuck, but open 7 till 9. Not much, right? But if you gotta do laundry, it can work. And showers, again, it's just a shower, ladies. Always wear flip-flops, because you know, $1.75, can't go wrong. So that's it. That's a laundromat where we could shower. Quite convenient, like I said, especially if you're traveling on the road and have nowhere really to stop, especially if there's no RV or campgrounds or campsites where you've been sleeping in the truck for X amount of days and just need a place to have a quick shower. Again, we should definitely have more of these. So we got to Boise, Idaho, and apparently there's only one In-N-Out, and I really want some burger patties. But there's a massive lineup inside and outside. So we usually go in, but we're gonna try a look at the drive-through. Fuck, we might be here a while. So I got my Flying Dutchman.
Turn on the light?
9 of them. No, don't turn on the light. That took what, 45 minutes in a drive-through? I don't know why these are so popular, or why In-N-Out in general is popular. Might have to start eating bread again to find out. No, that's not gonna happen. I'm just joking. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat and then go sleep in my car somewhere. So that's it. Okay, so when in a pinch, we kind of backtrack a little bit, made it into Boise, which is a little bit out of the way. Either way, we stopped at the In-N-Out. Like I said, it was 45-minute wait, which was insane to me. I have no idea why people are so obsessed with In-N-Out. Like I go for the patties because we literally had 18 patties with cheese for $44. You can't get that anywhere else, not that I've seen, and with the exceptional taste as well too. So that being said, we did kind of come out of our way to stop in and grab that food. It is now past 10. Now we got to scramble and kind of find a place to lay for the night, but that's why we have the truck equipped, so that we can actually sleep inside and not have to put out the tent. So we're looking at rest areas, parking lots. I've slept in Walmart parking lots. The last 2 nights we're going from being literally in the middle of the salt flats with no one around and zero traffic to now probably sleeping in a rest area. So anyways, the whole point is In-N-Out burger, super easy and quick. If you're driving and you need some place to grab some food, better option than any of the other burger joints out there. It's satisfying, it fills you, and it's probably the best bang for your buck. And like I said, I have no idea why they're so delicious. Like I'm almost tempted to try and eat burgers, like the buns, to see why everyone's so obsessed with them. I wanted to ask. But also, why is the Flying Dutchman not on the menu, but yet every In-N-Out burger I've gone to, I've never had anyone bat an eye when I've asked for it, because they just know. Coming near the end of our trip. So last night we ended up stopping and having some In-N-Out, which ended up being fairly inexpensive if we take into account that that was probably a decent meal, I would say. 18 burger patties for 2 people for $44 is not a bad deal. This morning we woke up after spending the night in the back of this truck here at a rest area off of the 84 just into Oregon. I believe it was Ontario, Oregon. And then we've kind of started heading north towards home on the 95. Came across some cute little towns with some pretty sweet coffee shops, which we have also stopped along the way and bought coffee. So really still running on last night's dinner. We probably won't eat until we settle in for the night. I think the plan is to settle in fairly early, make some dinner, so it'll be a steak and sausage kind of night. But overall, I guess the whole point here is by the time we get home, we've probably put on 11,000 kilometers, so 9,000 miles. I mean, we'll figure that out when we get home, the actual numbers, but 25 days on the road, and we have eaten out 4 times in 25 days and maintained pretty inexpensive eating habits. Again, with that being said, we've grocery shopped once, which was a Costco trip while we were in Houston, and we picked up steak and some ground beef. So I think, again, not knowing the exact numbers, but an average, I think we spent more on coffee during this whole road trip than we did on eating out. Again, choose your vice, right? But I think it was $250 at Costco to get some steaks and some ground beef. And then some cheese and some pork rinds along the way. So maybe $300 in groceries for 3 weeks of travel. Then maybe another $200 on eating out. And then probably $200 on coffee, if not more. And then the majority of our expenses went to gas, because that's the big one. So I mean, I'm only speaking from my experience here, but I have traveled eating the SAD way, which is the standard American diet way, and I can, and again, from my experience on traveling, you're constantly snacking. You're constantly stopping to go to the bathroom. You're constantly, you eat and then an hour later you're starving again because what you've consumed hasn't actually satiated you. It's just making you hungrier and hungrier. So for me, and I think for my husband too, it's been so much easier to travel this way and to know that we can sustain it. I mean, we've been in this space for, over 5 years now. And granted, I understand the initial reservation of, eating vegetables and fruits and grains and all that. Trust me, I was a closet carbohydrate addict, and I've written about this before. As I used to live with Nutella stuffed in my couch, and I was fucking miserable. There's so many benefits to this way of eating. But the majority, I think, for this road trip is the ease and the cost. That's been huge. So, take what you will from that. Made the coffee, and then we're gonna make some eggs and bacon. Who needs fancy knives, hey?
This is a pretty fancy knife. It cost me $80.
We're out at Bonneville Ferry, Idaho, which is roughly an hour before we cross the border back into Canada, and pay more for gas because, you know, taxes. Anyways, we stopped at the Bonneville Ferry Fairgrounds. You can actually camp, not camp, but you can sleep here for sleep in the parking lot for 42 hours. So we've done this trip here when we did our first road trip back in 2018. Back then we did have Alice the dog with us. We slept here. Didn't know that there was a sprinkler system that goes off at 5 a.m. or a train that goes by. We won't be making that same mistake again, but we've stopped here. We're just getting some dinner ready. Found ourselves a nice picnic table, and we were cooking up some steaks that we were going to make last night, but we didn't because we got rained on, so we had to sleep in the truck. So that being said, we're going to be sleeping in the truck again in the fairgrounds here at Bonner's, and we're having some steaks. And this is our last night out before we head home. Yeah, and then probably grab a coffee in the morning and cross the border and end our 25-day adventures. Until next time. So this here is our dinner for this evening. Steak, just a steak, just a steak. And that's it. This video and all of our travels are brought to you by Resting Beef Face, natural tallow-based skincare.